Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Constable Pat Sadak, and I'm with the Public Information Office, and I have one item to discuss with you today. Joining me is Constable Alex Peterson. He's the Impaired Countermeasures Coordinator for the Winnipeg Police Service. But before I start today, I would like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. The Winnipeg Police Service responded to a report of a motor vehicle collision involving two people who were fatally injured. On September 13, 2025, around 9:30 p.m., officers from the Traffic Division attended the area of Kenaston Boulevard and Enterprise Drive, where a 31-year-old male was found deceased and a 25-year-old female was transported to hospital in critical condition, where she later succumbed to her injuries. The investigation determined that a pickup truck traveling at a high rate of speed southbound on Kenaston Boulevard near Enterprise Drive drove onto the shoulder, striking two people. The driver failed to remain on scene and drove off. The man was located by officers a short time later, and they formed grounds of impairment. A bicycle was located nearby, and police are still investigating the lead up to the collision. We are asking for the public's assistance. Kuldeep Singh Gill has been charged with the following: dangerous operation of a conveyance causing death ×2, operation of a conveyance causing death while impaired to any degree by BAC or drug or a combination of both ×2, and failed to stop on a scene of an accident knowing that are reckless as to whether they were involved in an accident causing death ×2, and he was detained in custody. I'll open up to questions.
The truck, was that his truck or was it reported stolen?
Because it's an ongoing investigation, I'm not going to get into the details of whether it was his truck or not.
So where did police find him? Was he still in the vehicle? Was it like a couple streets over? Whereabouts?
He was found nearby, just a short time later.
Was he still in the vehicle?
Again, I'm not going to get into whether he was in the vehicle or outside the vehicle.
Okay. So there's one bike. Did police think they were both on one bicycle, or was it there were two people on one bike? There's only one bike found?
Well, at this point, there's only one bike found, but that's why we're appealing to the public. If they have any dash cam footage, or if they were driving by in the area at the time, to be able to provide this to police.
But do you think at least one of them was on the bicycle, or is it just you're trying to figure out?
Again, investigators are trying to determine all the specifics in there, but one bike has been recovered, and that's why we're asking again for the public's assistance into whether they have dash cam video or information leading regarding this incident.
Was this person known to police at all before this incident?
This person was known to police, yes.
And does he have any prior arrests for impaired driving?
Again, I don't want to go into details, but he has been known. He's known by police, yes.
Was this individual working at the time in this truck, or can you speak to that?
I can't speak to that, no.
Can you say what you suspect or what the impairment was? Because it's not really clear why he would do you know what's up?
Well, again, I mean, we're here because there was an accident, and it was due to somebody who has been charged with impaired driving.
But do you think it's alcohol or a drug?
Cannabis or anything like that?
Well, again, he's been charged with impaired driving, which would be alcohol or a combination of drug or a combination of both.
Do you think it's a combination of both, or is it?
I'm not going to speculate.
So police attended the scene. Were they called by a passerby, or were they driving by?
It was called in, yes. Unless, do you have any info or want to speak on in terms of impairment?
Depending on what the question is.
Yeah. I mean, was it alcohol impairment or a drug or both?
The investigation is still ongoing. So we have some evidence, but we can't disclose any of the details at this time, unfortunately.
I mean, again, anecdotally speaking, when somebody gets charged with impaired driving, it is either by alcohol, drug, or a combination of both.
So this was called in, it wasn't, like a passerby called it in, or, just because officers attended the scene, it's unclear to me if they had.
There was a call for service, yes.
Just one more question for me. Were the two victims known to each other?
I don't have that information, but if you send me an email, I can try to answer that.
Is there any other reason you're looking for witnesses? You said it had to do with the bike, but you said you have the person in custody.
Well, again, with all incidents, especially in traffic, if there are people that were in the area that either have dash cam or witnessed this incident or did view the two people, we'd invite them to contact the police. Because again, more information, investigators would like more information if possible.
Do you suspect that could lead to more charges? Is that why they're?
I'm not going to speculate on that, but again, more information is always better. And in these cases, we're appealing to the public for additional information if there is any.
So police believe these individuals were on the shoulder there. I mean, do you think they were together? I mean, or is it like one's over here, one's over here? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what it looks like.
Yeah, they were together. They were on the shoulder together, yes.
They weren't in a vehicle themselves, they were just standing there.
They were not in a vehicle.
The Winnipeg Police, you guys do impaired driving campaigns around the holidays. Have you guys been doing, ride stops and keeping that up in the summer? Do you have any info on what the Winnipeg Police has been doing to try to prevent impaired driving?
I'll let Constable Peterson answer this question.
Good afternoon. So yes, the Winnipeg Police Service is continuously engaged in road watch campaigns, but also on a regular basis. Every shift there is traffic units out there and they're actively involved in, during traffic stops, we're always engaged in looking for impaired drivers, yes. So besides the campaigns that we're running throughout the year, we're also always engaged in looking for impaired drivers. If someone calls it in, and that's why we continuously ask the public to call it in, if they ever have the suspicion of an impaired driver, we try to respond as soon as we can. It gets prioritized as such, and the general patrol, as well as traffic units, and for that matter, every unit out there does respond to complaints about impaired driving all the time, yes.
Constable, I attended a press conference last December. You guys have new technology that's able to, it's new policy that you guys breathalyze everybody at these truck stops, no questions asked. Do you feel like, what the police are doing is working big picture to try to prevent impaired driving?
So what you're referring to is the mandatory alcohol screening, which is only being implemented during check stops, meaning where everyone that gets pulled into the lineup, regardless, they get tested with an approved screening device. That is different when it comes to conducting regular traffic stops. Having said that, we always make that plea to the public to call us anytime there is suspicion about an impaired driver. We're always engaged to training more officers in detecting impaired drivers. But to your question, the mandatory alcohol screening is implemented during check stops specifically, and during regular traffic stops. If an officer has suspicion, then they make the appropriate demand.
Are these check stops all year round, or are they only in specific times where you guys are running campaigns?
So yeah, we have certain campaigns. Throughout the summer, we have our road watch continuously happening, meaning where additional resources are being sent out to conduct traffic stops and saturation, areas where we're doing impaired driving check stops. But in between the festive season, the summer road watch program, we still, all the time on a regular basis, our traffic units specifically are always out there and looking for impaired drivers.
Sorry, it was Constable Peterson, was that?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you try, for our, do you mind just spelling that for us? if you don't mind?
Yes, it's Peterson.
And sorry, your first name was
Alex,
Alex, typical spelling,
Alex, yes.
Any other media questions?
I just wanna, I'm curious what when officers located him, can you say where you found him and give any detail about what that was like? Was he cooperative? Was he trying to flee? Like, how did that work out when police located him?
Well, they found him a short distance away, and they took him into custody. As to his demeanor at the time, I don't have any remarks on that.
Did he give himself up at all, or did he really try to flee and you found him, like, or was he?
Well, he fled the scene, and we located him. And the big part here is, I think 2 people are dead because of an impaired driver. So that's the message that we really like to get across. Thank you very much.